Hey, everybody, welcome,
Hello,
welcome.
everyone. Welcome in. Great to see
Welcome
so many people already in
in,
the chat.
guys.
Hope everybody's having a
Yeah,
great week so far.
so many people already in the chat. Hey, Flo and Nicole, so good to see you always.
Hope you get to feeling a little bit better, Nicole. Sorry you're not feeling great.
Yep, I do too. I've kind of been struggling the past few weeks. I'm sorry to hear that. Kevin, always good to see you. Theme Park
Yeah,
Adventure.
welcome in.
Francisco, always there. We appreciate you so much, Francisco. Monarch Moments. Garrett, what are you doing in our
Yeah.
chat? You are at
Garrett says
Disneyland.
they're waiting for dinner, is what Garrett says.
Okay, well, okay, good. Well, good deal. That's great. Y'all check
What are
out
you
our
having for
partner
dinner?
channel, Monarch Moments. What are you
Yeah.
having for dinner? Where are you guys?
Yeah, let us
Let
know.
us know.
Welcome in, Ryan, Captain Akron 27. Thanks for being here. Good to see
Yes.
you. Amy, AJC
It is
Magic TV.
so great to
Welcome
see you.
in.
Hey, Amy.
Yeah.
Always great to see you. Always good to see you. Keith, welcome, welcome. Welcome,
Uh, yeah,
welcome.
welcome in, BDF. Uh,
Sorry,
don't I
this is the
deserve the
time.
best? Gaston apparently has has graced us with
Oh, hey.
presence, which is actually kind of funny because unintentionally I'm wearing this shirt tonight. Uh,
Yep. Don't I
so
deserve the best? I
don't I
love it.
deserve the best?
Welcome, welcome. Glad to see you in the chat. Gaston happens to be one of my favorite villains. Totally, yeah. So, and one of my favorite meet and greets. By the way, we had
Uh-huh.
an amazing meet and
Excellent,
greet
excellent.
with the Gaston
Yeah,
a couple
the
of
one
years
that
ago.
was
It
in
was
all the viral videos back a few years
the
ago.
one that was in all the viral videos, and he was excellent. He was fantastic. I wish
Oh,
we
he
had
was so
video
good.
our interaction
Uh-huh.
with him. It was great. Hey, Tina, welcome, welcome. Yep, that is a
Yeah.
shirt. That is a shirt.
Yeah.
Um, welcome. We appreciate you being here.
Yeah. Thanks for being here.
Um, yeah, Garrett, what are you guys having for dinner? What are you guys having for dinner? I know Garrett,
Yeah.
Garrett Michelle, Monarch Moments, our partner channel, are going live at 9:45 in Disneyland, and we
Yeah.
look forward
Good stuff.
to seeing
So,
them.
real quick, assuming Garrett and them are still in the chat, they streamed the Mini Adventures Winnie the Pooh ride there at Disneyland today. And I must say, quick sidebar. It seems like if there's a ride at Disneyland and they also have a ride at in
Disney
Orlando at
World.
Walt Disney World, it seems like every single time. I would have to think, but it seems like pretty much every time the Disneyland version of the ride is a little bit better.
It
Um,
does. It does.
I'm just saying.
It's so true on
Yeah.
Pirates. You know,
Oh yeah,
Pirates
Pirates. Yeah, yeah.
immediately pops to mind on that, and of course Disneyland has the Hatbox Ghost
Uh-huh.
in the Haunted Mansion, and we don't have that in Disney World. Of course, now they don't have Carousel of Progress. They don't have People
Yeah.
Mover.
Yep.
So yeah. So and those are two of my favorites. So
Mm-hmm.
we love that. Um,
You're liable to upset some of the California people uh,
excuse me.
with the nod of the people mover.
Well, we are because that is a sore subject.
Uh-huh.
I have learned that is a sore subject with Californians. I believe that was removed from Disneyland. The People Mover was taken out under Eisner, and
Yeah.
it was not a popular move with Californians who
Mm.
really have a personal relationship, I think, with Disneyland.
Yeah.
Californians have a unique relationship with Disneyland. Very proud of it, and uh, they love to show it off. Hey, Dean, welcome,
Yeah.
welcome in,
Welcome in.
Dean. It is a
Good to see
special
you,
week
Dean
for
in
you, buddy.
circulation. It's time to shine. It's time to shine.
The turkey leg stir. You got those hats ready, and yeah, this is your week, Dean.
Yeah.
Guys, we have a ton to talk about.
Oh yeah, absolutely. You want to go ahead and get us into Disney? Well, we have a special announcement. Do you want to go ahead and do that now, or wait till
We
after
do, yeah. I wanted to. I did want
Disney and Disney
to
history?
special happy birthday to James Ryan, one of our ghost hosts. I don't know if he'll be in chat tonight. I hope he pops in later. But today is James Ryan's birthday. James is so important to our Disney YouTube community. We, appreciate you so much, James, for all that you do. Not only as a moderator, we appreciate you being a ghost host for so many of our channels, but as a friend. You are the consummate gentleman. You are always encouraging us, and we just appreciate you, and we appreciate your friendship and your contribution. Every time you're in the chat, it's a delight. So happy birthday to James.
And James holds a very special distinction. So Jillian and I, whenever we went in September of last year to Disney World, we had never met anybody from the community. And mom texted me and messaged me and said, "Hey, I think James had reached out to you and said, 'Hey, I'm here at Disney World, and I see that Jillian and Will are too.'" And so anyway, we were hanging out in Adventureland. I want to say we had just come off the Jingle Cruise, and I'm messaging back. I think I was texting back and forth with James, and I was like, "Hey, yeah, we'd be glad to meet you." And this is a very interesting time because everybody's mashed up at this point. This is a few months removed from the parks reopening. And everyone's messed up, and so it makes it that much harder to tell who people are.
It does.
But anyway, I saw James, and he was wearing that great Mickey holding the world Lake Buena Visitors LBV TV shirt, and so I was texting him. He's like, "Hey, I think he said I'm over close to the tea room," and so we went over and met him, and then we went and rode Pirates together, and just had a really good chat. He's obviously very gentlemanly, just a quality person.
He is
a great human being, easy to talk to. Has as evidenced by the stream a couple weeks back with Mom. He's had some pretty neat life experiences as well. And so
that was a great.
If you ever had the chance to meet James Ryan in the parks and hang out with him for a bit. Do it.
Yeah, it's a blessing. James is a blessing to all of us.
He's wonderful to hang out with.
Welcome in.
Yeah, and so we rode Pirates and enjoyed the conversation waiting in line, and it was just he's just a great guy. And so and he's organized on the November trip. We did a quick meetup with him last year, and we're able to meet the Disney Nerd Herders. And I think was it Jim from More Sunshine Please also.
Yes.
Yeah, and I think that was everybody, but yeah. So he great champion of the community.
Yeah.
Yes. Obviously knows a lot of folks in the community as well, but he great supporter, great encourager. Yeah. So big happy birthday. So again, James holds to the distinction of being the first people Jillian and I ever met, or first person Jillian and I ever met. In the Disney community. So very, very cool.
Yeah,
and Danielle of Mickey's Gross would be second. We met her at Hollywood Studios on that trip as well. So since then, we've met a lot of people. Obviously, we would love to continue to meet people.
Definitely.
On future trips. So big happy birthday. James, if you show up in the chat. Well, James, I don't know if you'll see this, but I'll go ahead and
blast.
Anyway.
Train blast.
So, James, if you made it to show up later on in the chat, I'll blow the whistle again as well. But those of you that have headphones in, there's a loud noise coming. I'm going to blow the train whistle in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Happy birthday, James Ryan. Seeing other people hopping into the chat. Yachty, welcome in. Great to see you, Yachty. So I saw Yachty. I forgot to mention this in part 1 of our trip review. But I saw Yachty from a distance walking through Galaxy's Edge last trip. And I guess I should have yelled at her. But also, I saw the Adventures of the VP crew. I saw, again, saw them from a distance. They were at Epcot. the same day we were. It was the last day of our trip. It was November 12th. I think Pete and Chris obviously ran into dad builds that night. As I was leaving the park, I was able to sign off with Chris dad builds, but I saw the Adventures with the VP crew from a distance, and I should have flagged them or waved my arm or did something crazy. But they were headed somewhere. We were headed somewhere too, and so we could catch with them later on. But anyway, I'll turn things back over to you, Mom, and get into.
Okay, just quickly. I did.
Oh, you had something else too. Go ahead.
I just wanted to wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving. Our Thanksgiving is a uniquely American holiday, guys. And hey, Karki, how are you, Carol? Welcome in. Great to see you. And I wanted to acknowledge this really wonderful holiday that we have. We have so much to be thankful for in this country, as a people, as a nation. Our flag stands for freedom, guys. And our motto is "In God We Trust." And there is no other country in the world who can claim that to the extent that we can. And that is an humbling blessing. And so as we all, get together with family, whatever you're going to do for Thanksgiving, by all means, let's keep in mind where those blessings come from. And, keep in mind always, grateful hearts. So just wanted to say that. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Let's see who else is in the chat. Did somebody else show up in the chat that I missed? Kevin Theme Park Adventures is there, yeah. And Arlene, it's great to see you. Great stream. Thanks so much for that pop-up stream tonight at Hollywood Studios. They did yes, absolutely, Tina. Adventures with VP did a great pop-up stream. Hey, John, welcome.
Welcome in, John. Great to see you
tonight. We appreciate that. It was a good one. Let me, guys, go ahead and do some This Day in Disney history. 1804, Franklin Pierce, the 14th United States president, serving from 1853 to 1857, is born in a log cabin near Hillsborough, New Hampshire. He's the first president to be born in the 19th century. Visit him and all of the U.S. chief executives at Walt Disney World's Hall of Presidents. So I thought that was cool. 1942, South of the Border with Disney, a 30-minute behind-the-scenes documentary is produced and released by Walt Disney under the auspices of the Office of the Coordinator of Inter-American Affairs. The film documents Walt and a group of 18 artists, musicians, and writers on their trip to South America. Saludos, amigos will be the result of this voyage. That was called the Good Neighbor Tour, and was to help the war effort, was to kind of boost our allies in South America, and a lot of Walt and Lillian, a lot of the Disney Imagineers went on that trip. That was a really neat trip. If y'all have never looked into that, by all means do. Very successful trip to bolster our support in World War II. So 1963, Disneyland closes its gates in honor of U.S. President John F. Kennedy, who was assassinated in Dallas, Texas on Friday, November 22nd. I had forgotten that Disneyland closed. One of the few times other than COVID that Disneyland and Disney World have actually closed. So. Yeah,
there's a museum right there next to where it happened. The sixth floor museum at Dilly Plaza, the book depository. Yeah, and they've got kind of a mock area set up. With the rifle there sitting next to the window, and obviously it's pretty solid museum, honestly. Yeah. It's it even addresses some of the conspiracy theories and things like that surrounding JFK's assassination. But yeah, it's very, it covers his presidency and the transition also.
Very poignant.
So yeah. So anyway, yeah, it's worth going to if you're ever in the Dallas area.
Yeah, in Dallas, definitely check that out. It's worth your time. 1972, Thanksgiving Day. Disney takes part in the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade on this chilly day in New York City to celebrate the first anniversary of Walt Disney World. Giant helium-filled balloons of Mickey Mouse and Donald Duck soar overhead. Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs take part in the festivities below, riding atop a majestic Disney World castle float. Peter Pan and Wendy match wits with pirates aboard Captain Hook's ship float. So that was a 1972 Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. I need to look up some footage from that. I bet there's some footage from that. 1972. I would have been probably sitting in my daddy's lap watching the Macy's Day Parade in 72. 1997, Wonderful World of Disney airs The Santa Claus on ABC TV, or 1997. So that, I love The Santa Claus. It's just kind of become a Christmas classic, I think.
It's the one with Tim Allen, right?
The one with Tim Allen. Yeah, it's that one.
That one's solid. And honestly, the first one and the second one are both top notch. Fell off a little bit with the third one.
A little bit on the third one.
Jack Frost was a little bit weird. Yeah,
but still good.
Jillian loves.
Yeah, it's very
Tim Allen is one of Jillian's man crushes. Strangely enough.
Oh, that's interesting. I love him too.
Yeah, so you've got Tim Allen and you've got Johnny Depp are two Jillian's man crushes, and Jillian's loved Tim Allen. Dating back to Home Improvement, Santa Claus, obviously Buzz and Toy Story as well. So anyway, it's a great movie. It's a staple. It's one of those that we turn on. We've got it's every beginning year to look a little like Christmas here in the Bone household, and so we started putting a few things out tonight. Look to continue putting out decorations and stuff.
John, we appreciate you popping in.
And speaking of that, keep an eye out. There's a vlog that Jillian's going to post. Yeah, right, Tina. But there's a vlog that Jillian's going to post that is also related to Christmas. We got a Disney Mickey and Friends Scentsy warmer that Jillian's making a vlog for that should drop at 10:30. So
nice.
About the time we go off the air tonight. But
nice.
Welcome in. Yeah, Adventures by D. Great to see you. Welcome in, Nick. Movie Mania Nick. Thanks for being here. Great to see you.
Thanks for popping in, Nick. 1998, Kona Cafe, a restaurant located at Walt Disney World's Polynesian Resort, open for business. So that's pretty cool. Kona Cafe is definitely classic. In the year 2000, Thanksgiving Day, a new Mickey Mouse balloon made its debut, leading Macy's 74th annual Thanksgiving Day Parade down Broadway in New York City. Band leader Mickey, all decked out in his classic red and gold band uniform with gold epaulettes and buttons, soared into the sky as he kept beat with his baton. His return to the New York City Parade came after an 18-year hiatus. Mickey first appeared at the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade in 1934, and then from 71 until 82. Also in 2003, Disney's The Haunted Mansion, the Eddie Murphy version, had its world premiere at the El Capitan Theater in Hollywood, California.
Strange timing for the release of that movie. When you look back at some of the releases of kind of spooky movies, Haunted Mansion, Hocus Pocus, some of them just had really unfortunate release timing, quite frankly. I think Hocus Pocus, I want to say it went up against Jurassic Park, like the original Jurassic Park. And so why in the world would you ever thought to have released that? I mean, granted, you couldn't have known it's going to get as big as it got, but
that's true.
Yeah, it's yeah, so a couple of, that's a couple of instances of Disney releasing
Mm,
films, kind of
mm.
unfortunate timing, but I don't think it's as bad as people give it a rap for. I would like to see a different spin and a different take on the Haunted Mansion. I still maintain that I would like to see a series on Disney Plus of highlighting some of the different figures. All the figures, all the portraits in the stretching room, Madame
Mhm.
Leota. I would love to see, um, you know, uh, you know, maybe like 30-minute episodes highlighting each of the different characters and
Yeah,
kind of
we've talked
their
about that
their
before.
lives and how they made it to the mansion. And speaking
Well,
of ghosts, by the way, real quick, I see Adventures by D talking about the new Ghostbusters
mhm.
movie, um, and solid movie. A little bit of language, so just a heads up in case you want to bring kids. But um, Ghostbusters, I think, what is it? Ghostbusters Afterlife, solid movie. Um, solid movie. It's so good. If you
Well,
love,
that makes me happy because
yeah,
I remember, the
Ghostbusters
first
Afterlife,
one was
solid.
fantastic, and
Watched
yeah,
it on a Thursday
yeah,
night last week. My buddy lives down the street, living Garrett, reached
nice.
out and we went with a couple other guys to go watch it. 7:30 showing last week. Well, it's actually 8:15 showing last week. They told us 7:30 to make sure we were there on time. But anyway, um, solid
All
movie.
right, welcome
If
in.
you love the originals, it does a great job honoring the originals. I'm not going to give anything at
Nice.
all away, but
Okay,
it's
see,
worth
I
your time.
love that because
Yeah.
the original to me is one of my favorite classic movies. I
Yeah.
absolutely adore that movie. So that they did it right,
Yeah.
with
Oh, they
maybe
did.
some tips of
They
the
did.
hat, to the first one. It was just classic, and of course, you've got Dan
It's solid,
Aykroyd.
and I'll say it gives you all the feels. You laugh, pulls at your
Excellent,
heartstrings. It's solid.
excellent. I'm so glad to
Welcome
hear
in.
that.
Great to see you, Daniel. Disinfinity Mike Cabral. Welcome in. Great to see you
Yeah,
too.
yeah. Movie Mania Nick has, I think, I haven't watched it yet,
Yeah.
Nick, but I will go watch that up on his
Hmm.
channel. Movie Mania Nick has a review up,
Mm.
so good
Yeah, I
deal.
need to go watch that. But lots of
Daniel, welcome
Easter
in.
eggs, and make sure if you go watch Ghostbusters Afterlife, there are two in credit scenes. There's one midway through, and there's one at the very end, and you want to hang around for both.
Okay,
Yeah, one of those includes a very special cameo, but again, I don't want to give too much away. So make
okay.
sure if you go to watch the movie, great time to go. A little bit of downtime after everybody eats everything, and you maybe get your nap
Right,
in.
that's
Go
true.
go
That's a good
watch it.
idea.
Yeah.
That's a good idea. Very good to
But
have
yeah,
that.
Ghostbusters Afterlife. Who are you gonna call? Ghostbusters and
Hmm.
Bustin. And I will say, new Ghostbusters movie. Bustin makes me feel good. Go check it out.
Definitely, we'll definitely do it.
Garrett says. Garrett says, Will's Imagineer. Talk about dream job. I,
Oh yeah, no kidding.
if I had the job offer, and it's obviously comparable pay living situation, I would gladly pick up the fam and
Mm,
go look to leave my mark on the parks.
definitely. Most
But
definitely.
dream job for sure.
Yeah. Well, okay, we have golly, guys. We've got, William, you still have, half your trip to cover. We talked about it at length, covered about half of it last time. And, really, I love to, I love it when we're able to go to the parks and, try new things. You tried Genie Plus. You did lots of things for the first time. Y'all did Disney's Very Merriest After Hours. Saw that for the first time. Harmonious, just a lot of good stuff. Got a couple of live streams up on the channel, so you guys check out Harmonious, the Harmonious live stream, and then the animators. I can't remember the name of
Wonderful World of Animation.
Wonderful World of Animation from Hollywood Studios. Also a nice walkthrough of Art of Animation Resort. So those are up on the channel, and a vlog William did on the Christmas party parade. So, and yes, there is a full-blown parade back at Walt Disney World for the first time since the blip.
Overdue.
So we're really excited. We're really excited.
And actually, in Disney news, we in related news, talking about parades, sometime next year, I'm going to go ahead and throw over to it. Sometime next year, we're going to see the return of the Main Street. Is it Main Street Electrical Light Parade?
Yes.
At Disneyland.
Main Street Electrical Parade. We are. We absolutely are.
So here's my thought process. Oh, go ahead.
Well, they bring that back, guys, in Disneyland, and we're going. We're Lord willing and the creek don't rise, we are going to see Main Street Electrical Parade.
So here's my thought process. I know the 50th is going on right now, but it's an 18-month celebration. And we've already been, but like another crack at it. So here's my thought process. Main Street Electrical Light Parade back to Disneyland, worth seeing in person again.
Oh man.
Totally. So yeah, that's reason number one for me to go to Disneyland. Number two is, and I'm thinking just kind of strategically here. Reason number two for us to go to Disneyland is I haven't seen Avengers Campus in person yet. And by the way, another quick plug for our friends, Monarch Moments. Garrett and Michelle, Gabe and Hannah are there right now. So they'll be looking to go live here in a little bit. Make sure to check them out. Whenever the Monarchs go to Disneyland at Disney California Adventure, they stream. As of late, since the parks reopened, if the Monarchs are there, they're warriors whenever it comes to streaming to the parks, and they do a great job.
Great content on their channel, guys. So be sure.
And so make sure to check them out. Make sure to ring the bell so you know when they go live. Garrett, let us know how many more days you are going to be there. That way we can tell people what to expect. But I'll have a good night, Keith. Thanks for being here. But again, thinking strategically, I haven't seen Avengers Campus yet. I haven't seen Snow White's Enchanted Wish yet.
Right.
And the other thing, too, Jillian and I went back in 2017 to Disneyland for the first time.
Oh, was it I guess it was.
It was 17.
Yeah, the time's
getting away. So we went for Jillian's birthday, went in December. And so we went in December 2017. And so they had not updated yet the Pixar Pier. So we got to see Paradise Pier. We got to ride California Screamin' before it was overlaid to the Incredicoaster. So technically Paradise Pier is all new for us. Technically, got the Lamplight Lounge that replaced the Ariel Princess Dining as well. There on the boardwalk.
See, I never got to experience Paradise Pier. So.
Yeah, the other thing too that you didn't get to do was a Bugs Land. So that again, that was replaced by the California. That was replaced by Adventures Campus. So there's some things worth doing. You throw in the Main Street Electrical Light Parade, and it's looking like there's a good chance that this portion of the Bone family may be making a case to go next year.
Yeah, well, this portion of the Bone family will definitely go to see the Main Street Electrical Parade. Yeah. The last time I saw it, I was about 12 years old, and it is of all of the Disney pieces, rides, attractions that hit me in the feels. I don't think anything quite hits me like the Main Street Electrical Parade. It's really amazing. So yeah.
And so for me, it'd be Spectrum Magic, because that would have been the first one that I saw.
Right.
Back when I was 3 years old. And so for me, it's Spectrum Magic. So again, it's that nostalgia. I wish it was wonderful to see a nighttime parade back in the parks. But if you make me president of the parks, give me Josh Tomorrow's job for a day, I'm bringing back nighttime parades
There you go.
And so there's just obviously a laundry list of other things that I do as well, especially with the 50th going on right now. But nighttime parades would be near the top of the list.
Oh yeah, I would also at the top of that list would be to bring back the People Mover in Disneyland, just for the record. I would definitely put your People Mover back in, Garrett. I would definitely do that.
So yeah, let's see here. Should I go back into part two?
I think so.
Of the
Yeah,
trip?
I think
so I'm going to try to get moving. You're hired, Will. Thanks, Garrett. I'm glad I had some solidarity with the chat with the Monarchs. So yeah, so we left off. So again, just as a refresher, we arrived on November 6th. Our first Magic Kingdom day was the day before Wyatt's birthday. It was the 7th. And then on the 8th, we were there for Wyatt's birthday again. The 9th, we did Animal Kingdom and the Very Merriest After Hours party. And I will say, quick note, the thing that I didn't do last time was cover just kind of thoughts. So I'll cover my thoughts up to this point. Something we're seeing is the piano player at Casey's. And I put up a short on the channel.
Absolutely.
Check it out.
Yeah.
If you're passing by Casey's or, just sometime in the afternoon, keep an eye out for the piano player because he can shred that piano. Just absolutely incredibly amazingly talented.
Yeah.
I
think the day that you guys, the short, he was doing a medley from Mary Poppins.
Mary Poppins.
And it was
and so the other thing I got was the 7th inning stretch, Take Me Out to the Ball Game. And so there's a good chance that one's going to end up on the channel at some point. And I don't care, shorts on YouTube are only supposed to be a minute long, but I filmed it like a short, but it would be a crime for me to stop that video.
Yeah.
I couldn't in good conscience cut off any of the clip that I took. There you go. Thanks, Carol. Yeah,
we're just going to put it up there as is. Definitely.
And so anyway, I'll look to get that up at some point.
That was a great clip.
Garrett, I'll tell you what, if you're buying, I could be whatever the next flight is to LA, I could be there that soon if you're buying. So just let me know. Jillian might not be very happy, but I could pack real quick if you're offering. But anyway, so real quick on the Very Merriest After Hours party. Again, doing a lot of things right. Nighttime parade, the fireworks show, tremendous, fantastic, spectacular, so good, so very good. The fireworks show was fantastic. And the other thing too, I will say, I could have used. So shout out to Amy of AJC Magic TV. She filmed a group that was performing there next to where Chip and Dale usually stand. Next to the Country Bear Jamboree. So there's a little area, and there's a group called the Reindeer Wranglers. And so I didn't have time to stop and really listen to them play. But the clip that she took is a lot of fun. Jeff and Tracy, and I think some other people are kind of standing there around in the crowd. But they do a kind of remix to Sweet Caroline. But check out that video on Amy of AJC Magic TV's. And if anybody has a link to that short, drop it in the chat. But it's a lot of fun. It's worth watching. And I wish I would have had time to kind of hang around a little bit and watch them perform because they did a good job. But I was on my way to Pirates. I was on a mission, so I was headed straight to Pirates. But I saw them playing, walked right underneath them on my way through. And so, yeah, I will say that's one thing, granted, I believe the Christmas party is an hour longer than Boo Bash was, I believe. So Christmas party ends at 1 a.m. I think the Boo Bash ended at midnight, maybe. I could use one more hour.
Yeah.
So that would be my main critique. And
Stretch
granted,
it out a little bit more.
Yeah, the price tag is just gross. And had we not been taking Wyatt for the first time, I mean, granted, we covered a lot of ground. So just as a reminder, for the Christmas party, we showed up right at 7. They're scanning our magic bands. We did enchantment, so we were able to get a decent spot for enchantment, even being that close to showtime. We did the TTA first because that's what Wyatt wanted to do. We did Buzz Lightyear. We did the laugh floor, which it's got a great overlay for Christmas. If you're there, if you're doing the very Merry After Hours Christmas party, do the laugh floor because it's so funny. They're collecting jingawatts instead of gigawatts.
Pretty cool.
So,
yeah,
pretty
I'd
neat.
love to see that. I've never seen.
So we saw the parade. Also, right after that, we hustled over. Sweet family. Let us slide in next to them. Their kid was asleep in a stroller, and so we are able to get a really good line of sight for Wyatt, the stroller, and for us as well. And again, Mom's got that. She put together that vlog of the Christmas party parade. Then we did Casey's, and then we got the gingerbread funnel cake from Sleepy Hollow. And
just as a little side note here, tickets for the Holiday Hootenanny, aka Disney's Very Merriest After Hours, November and December. Of course, we're almost out of November now. Tickets range from $169 to $229 plus tax per person. That's per person. And then if you want to go December 19th to the 21st, they're going to hit you for $249 plus tax per person. So it's very expensive. I just want
that is straight up disrespectful.
Yeah.
Pricing.
Yes.
I'll just say it's just plain mean.
It is
on the pricing.
It is. Yeah. It's insulting.
Yeah,
it's insulting.
We had a great time.
It is.
And the other plus was too, Wyatt, was considered two through the whole course of the trip, so we didn't have to pay for him for a ticket to the Christmas party. So that was the savings. But anyway, and the other thing too, it's like, come on, Disney. If there are families that are going to bring kids to the Christmas party, unless they napped all day, what kid is going to be awake for the full experience to justify charging a family $250 for a kid that's over 3?
Right. Yeah.
I'm just saying. So anyway, after that, I rode Pirates. Jillian she decided to do the Haunted Mansion. We tried to look for.
Stay for the whole time? Did you?
We rode it out the whole time.
But you took a nap. You took a nap.
We left the Animal Kingdom a little bit early that day to go get some rest for the Christmas party. And Wyatt made it through. I think he was asleep for the fireworks, but he was awake for the parade. So, let's see. And by the way, it looks like I'm going to go ahead and pack up, Mom. Good luck with the rest of the stream. Garrett says I'll be cheaper, and I'm the new Monarch host. Amy says business trip. So good luck on the rest of the stream.
You're headed out. Okay, Garrett, I'm gonna expect by proxy to get to come. So just so you know.
Oh, that's funny. But so after that, we looked for merchandise. We started to get real close to. There you go, Garrett.
Yeah.
We looked for the merchandise. We didn't see anything specific, that was party exclusive. So that was a bit of a bummer. But on our way out, I filmed a video to send to someone in the community. But on our way out, we got these little treats. So it's like a little marshmallow Mickey. So it's got marshmallow and chocolate on the other side, and a bunch of crumbled up peppermint on the other side.
Yeah,
so
that was good. You brought me one of those, and I'll post those on Instagram, guys. So y'all were also, there's nothing like, guys, when you leave Disney. The last thing we've kind of figured this out, as a suggestion from other people who love Disney and go. Mm-hmm. What's really cool is on your way out, grab a treat. Grab, a treat that travels pretty well, some Goofies, even if it's like Goofies, bagged
Have any of the
candy.
treats? Yeah, I was going to say, have any of the treats that I brought to you survived up to this point?
Yes. Well, I have already eaten those, but I did take pictures for an Instagram post before.
Well, there you go.
So I'll put those up on Instagram. William was so thoughtful. He brought me a Mickey Mouse Rice Krispie treat and one of those little marshmallow Mickey heads from the Christmas party. So that was really cool. And it's really neat though to, on your way out, grab a treat. And when we left Hawaii, when we left Aulani Resort in Hawaii, I actually put a couple of Mickey shaped cookies in my bag and ate them on the plane, and it was fun. It was cool.
There you go. I was trying to see if I had any of the cookies. So this one's empty, but I had some of the character Goofy's Candy Company character.
There used to be something in there.
Yeah, so I ate all of those. Garrett's over here hiring replacements for his family members.
Right.
Oh, goodness gracious.
Oh, man.
Okay, there you go. Amy says my party cookies survived the flight home. There you go. But I do have some of these Goofy Candy Company assorted sour balls.
Yeah, those sour balls are good.
These are pretty good. Nice little
sour balls are solid.
Nice little bit of sour as you bite into these. But
yeah, they're delicious.
And
they're soft. They're not hard.
Mm-hmm.
They're not. They're not jawbreakers. They're
and speaking of treats, Jillian's going to be talking about our favorite snacks that we had during this most recent trip to the parks on Saturday. She'll be doing What's Brewing with the Bones. She does an episode every month, so grab your coffee, join Jillian to talk a little bit of Disney early on Saturday morning. That's 8:30 our time, 9:30 Walt Disney World time, Eastern time. But so yeah, I think again getting back to trip review. Mom, did you have anything before I get back into trip review? So after the party, we all slept in. Granted, we were getting back to Pop. Okay, so here's the one thing to note about the transportation. They're running more buses than they have been up to this point. So we went a couple of times last year, and I think they're running more buses to get people home. But, and here's the caveat, but they're not all Disney buses. Some of them are just unmarked charter buses. So that's a little bit lame. Less for sure, less magical. It is
keeping
nice.
In mind, of course, that the Magical Express goes away in a few days. We've got to the end of December, I think, and then the Magical Express will go away. It's now the Magical Express, of course, is run by Mears bus line company, and Mears will obviously continue to offer the
transportation
transfers to the parks, but for a fee. So again,
for the right price, as every Star Wars bounty hunter would say.
Exactly, for the right price. So so there's that, and that's going to happen, like I said, at the end of December, guys. So the Magical Express is going away, adding to an already mounting Disney bill. If you're going to go to Disney World, we're not happy about it, but that's what they're doing.
So we slept in hard, and when I say hard, we who knows when we got back to the room. It had to have been. If it closed at 1, so the party ended at 1. We did a little bit of shopping, so we were probably there a little bit after. I'm going to ballpark it. We probably got back to the Pop a little bit before 2-ish maybe. But we slept in till like 11:30, like all of us did. So we slept in real hard. I didn't intend to sleep that late, but again, we must have needed it. We ate some food from Everything Pop Shop and Dining. I walked over, grabbed the food, brought it back to the room. And by the way, that is one thing worth mentioning. If you're staying on property, you can get your food to go. Just making sure. I'm sure most people know that, but they will box your food up for you, and you can take it back to your room and enjoy it there instead of having to eat it in the food court cafeteria But so we went back to the room, ate. On Channel 30, they show some of the new style of Mickey cartoons. That new animation, the same style that you see featured in Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. It's just continuous. But at nighttime, and this is worth noting for parents as well, at nighttime, they play storybook readings from different, I think there's like a Cars one and Frozen and a couple of others. And so I think it's like every 15 minutes from like 6:30ish to later at night, they play these different storybook readings. So pretty neat, a fun note. That's Channel 30 for parents. But there's you can watch the scroll, the TV guide listing. There's a channel for that. But Wyatt and I went and swam in the 50 section bowling pin pool. So that was fun. Wyatt really enjoyed that. We just, they have life vests for, again, those of you that are bringing little ones that, that need a life vest or, may need the life vest just for a safety perspective. Maybe not the strongest swimmer, but they have, different size life vests available for kiddos and a little bit bigger ones as well. And again, really enjoyed that. So it rained on this non-park day. So this was the Wednesday. It was the 10th. So almost a couple weeks back now. Or it'll be a couple weeks ago tomorrow.
Time passes, man.
But yeah. And so after that, did a little bit of shopping at Everything Pop Shop and Dining. Everything Pop Shopping and Dining is it has a solid store. There's some neat things that you can buy.
They do.
Hey, welcome in, Rob Fuzz. Welcome in, Magic Mouse Radio.
Hey, welcome
Let's see
in.
both of you.
Rob Fuzz, the velvety tones of Rob Fuzz. Thanks so much for popping in, Rob. We appreciate it. And Bill, aren't you in the great state of Texas right now? I believe you came down here to visit your son. Welcome to Texas. When you're coming back through Texarkana, give me a holler.
Yeah. Oh, Stacey Rogers, welcome in. We got a lot for you.
Okay, Stacy's here. We need to start over.
Yeah. So anyway, so for those of you just joining, I'm walking through a review of our trip. So last week was part 1, and we ran a very long time. So I'm trying to make sure that doesn't happen again this week. And so we're halfway through the trip. This is our non-park day. It was on the 10th of this month. So tomorrow will be 2 weeks ago. But after that, we took some more naps. I did not intend to nap again. I would have preferred to have gone to downtown Disney or to go go ride the monorail or something. But everybody fell asleep again. All 3 of us.
Y'all are tired.
Yeah.
Y'all are tired.
Hey, very cool, Bill. He's in Temple by Fort Hood. Their mom. And so anyway, after that, we just hung out at the room. We pretty well slept the majority of the day away. And so something worth mentioning. So that day with us in the room, obviously housekeeping came by. It was a day for housekeeping. Housekeeping came by and they said, hey, I knew we were all going to be napping. So what I did was I took all of our towels. I took our 2 trash cans and put them out in front of our door. That way they get the trash and get the towels. And so anyway, they're,
at this point, y'all are just like out. You're just,
we're out.
This is after what, 3 park days?
Yeah.
In a row?
And you throw an after hours event into the mix as well.
Yeah.
So anyway, all of the, we're all worn out. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to go ahead and put the trash and recycle can out, put the towels out. And so they knocked on the door anyway, and they're like, hey, we're looking to clean your room. I was like, they said, when would, I was like, yeah, everybody's napping. They said, when would it be a better time to come by? And I told them 7:30. Well, 7:30 rolled around, and someone else came to check. And what was funny was he knocked on the door. I was like, hey, they said that they missed you earlier. And I was going to stop by and see if you needed anything. And what was funny was he knocked on the door, and I just that was what woke me up, the knock on the door. And so he asked, hey, do we need anything? And I told him we needed some towels. Bill. Oh, that's a bummer.
Yeah. Let me know if you come back through.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to maybe catch you on the way back through. But goodness gracious. So anyway, he knocks on the door. I'm like half awake. And granted, we needed more towels for the room. And so I had called the day before, I had called guest services. I'd called Pop, the number listed on the phone for Pop Century. I called that number, and we were on our way to Animal Kingdom. Jillian fussed at me a little bit for staying on hold, but I wanted to see how long it was going to take for somebody to answer my call. I could show you the screenshot on my phone. An hour and 53 minutes. So I had that call active, and I would pull it up to my ear to listen, because all I needed to tell them was we needed some towels. And so I'd bring it up to my ear, check it, okay, put it back down. And so I just did that periodically. But we got on the Kilimanjaro safari ride, and I, obviously was more interested in the safari than I was checking my phone. But somebody ended that call and at the hour and 53-minute mark. And this is just a simple call to guest services, Pop, at Pop. And so what was funny was that guy, oh my goodness.
Bill, wow. I could have met you at Outback.
Oh, goodness gracious.
Yeah.
So yeah, you were close to the neighborhood there.
Just for the record, we are on the Texas side, Bill.
Yeah. But anyway, so the guest services, the custodial guy comes around and says, hey, just check in. Do y'all need anything? And I was like, hey, we need some towels. And he said, oh, well, if y'all need anything else, he said, just feel free to call and we'll bring you whatever you need. And had I not been half asleep whenever he said that, I would have told him, yeah, if you feel like waiting almost 2 hours on the phone.
Wow. Yeah.
So anyway, obviously frustrating. And again, it kind of feeds into the narrative that, I heard from a couple of people, get other guests talking, me being a fly on the wall, a ghost in the room, if you will. Other people talking, just saying that, in many ways they've made it too complicated. And so, guest services has to be getting, there's so many things that guest services would be getting calls about. And I'm sure that they are understaffed as well, because they're still in cost savings, cost cutting mode. And so, try to cut people some slack. But at the same time, email guest services. If you ever have issues, if your trip in any way is unsatisfactory, make sure to reach out to guest services and tell them about your experience. But anyway,
we're told by cast members that is the best way to communicate with them is to email customer service. Guest services is the best way to do that.
So anyway, that guy knocks on the door, wakes me up. I did not intend to sleep. Again, I fully intended on going and riding the Skyliner, trying to make the rounds a little bit, and really make use of that non-park day. But I guess I needed the rest after that was our third park day plus
3 straight days. Did
plus the after hours event. So anyway, is what it is. We ended up hanging out in the room, and then I picked up dinner from Landscape of Flavors at Art of Animation. Oh my goodness, Bill.
Yeah.
And there's a pretty good little stir fry meal that you can get from Art of Animation. Jillian and I were looking to change it up a little bit, and so we got on the Disney World app and looked to see what type of food they had at Art of Animation. So we got the little stir fry bowls, and the other thing we got, which was just phenomenal, was the mermaid tail cupcake. at Landscape of Flavors at Art of Animation.
You're welcome.
Top notch. It was so good. So good. And so anyway, if you have the chance to get one of those mermaid tail cupcakes, make sure to eat it because it was one of the better treats that we had the whole time we were there.
That one, that one is a kind of a redo. It changes. The look of it kind of evolves and changes every now and then. They'll change it up, but they always have a mermaid tail cupcake. So
so trying to make sure I didn't miss anybody's names. Writing people down in the chat. Space Mountain Dave Cantrell, great to see you. Okay, all right. So Hollywood Studios. This was 11/11. Hollywood Studios Day, so the day after our non-park day, was Wyatt's first time on the Skyliner. We rode in the Winnie the Pooh wrapped Skyliner the first time.
Fun. And
then the second one we got on from the kind of transportation hub there at Caribbean Beach Resort was Star Wars, so obviously very appropriate. So we got to do Winnie the Pooh and rode in the Star Wars gondolas. On the Skyliner.
Yeah, Kelly and I actually hit the Haunted Mansion one a couple times while we were there. We were always thrilled to get that one.
Yeah. Let's see. So to start the day, and this is worth noting, to start the day at Hollywood Studios, hey there. Let's see. Oh no, Mike! No.
Oh, no.
Oh goodness gracious.
It's just a cupcake. It's not.
Welcome in, Mike. Great to see you.
Yeah, always.
To start the day, this was 11/11, so a couple weeks ago. It was a Thursday, a couple weeks ago. Rise was down, and Slinky Dog Dash opened late. And so Jillian and I, we got there. We were there closer. We were there at, not at Resort Rope Drop, but close to it. And so to make full use of the time. So the first thing we decided to do, because we thought Wyatt would enjoy this the most, which he absolutely loved it. To start the day, we did Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway, and Wyatt loved it. He loved it, and I will say this:
that is a fun one.
I don't have my Porg in reachable distance, but if you have a shoulder pad on, that tornado scene. Oh no! Hopefully, sorry for any spoilers, but there's a very windy scene in Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway, and so if you have a shoulder pad on, you might want to pull it off because otherwise the wind may take your shoulder pad, and your day would be a little less magical.
Yeah, that's true.
But anyway, Wyatt loved it. I absolutely loved it. The other cool thing about it too was last year, whenever we went on our 2 trips in September and November, they didn't have the pre-show going.
Yeah. I've never seen the pre-show.
Yeah.
I've never
so there's
seen
a pre-show. So, there's a reason you cross from the regular world into the cartoon world for Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. And so, again, I don't want to spoil that. Don wave when he stopped talking about Railway. Yeah, sorry, Stacy. But anyway.
Oh, Stacy, that's right. Yeah. You haven't. Oh, Stacy.
I know.
Okay, I will.
I immediately thought about that as I was saying it, Stacy. I apologize.
Stacy hasn't seen it.
There's the pre-show is really neat. And so I got to see, we got to see that for the first time. Welcome in. Great to see you, Anna Isabel. Hope you have a great night. Thanks for being here. Get your name written down.
Thanks for being here. We appreciate you.
Never mind. I already had you written down. There we go. Silly me. And so started the day with Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. You go ahead and wave at Stacy there. Welcome back,
Stacy. Come back.
Come back. Let's see. The next thing we did, again, more focused on Wyatt this trip. We did the alien swirling saucers, which Wyatt got a big kick out of. The first time we rode it, Wyatt rode in between us. And so, obviously we're getting tossed back and forth, but Wyatt loves the alien swirling saucers.
Yeah. I predicted that one. I figured he would love it. Yeah. Yeah.
And then for breakfast, we got the breakfast Ronto wrap, which again, we had a tough time with Wyatt eating food on this trip. Again, Wyatt usually does really well eating, sleeping the whole 9 yards. And so it was, again, I mentioned it last week, but it was more challenging on this trip because he was out of his element, and, out of his routine. And so
you and Jillian really need to, maybe on What's Brewing with the Bones on a Saturday morning, y'all could do, a one on, Disney with toddlers and, impart some of the wisdom that you've gained from this trip. I think it'd be helpful.
Yeah. And so, yeah, that's a good idea.
Good night, Anna. But, thanks for being here.
Wyatt enjoyed the breakfast Rontos. I mean, granted, it's like, it's like sausage, pita bread, sausage,
I like them
egg,
too.
and a ton of cheese on top. And what's not to like?
Right.
So anyway, Wyatt liked the breakfast Ronto wrap. I enjoyed the breakfast Ronto, and quite frankly, I don't know. I love the Pop-Tart at Woody's Lunchbox. We had that as well. Will, do you think it was just that he was so excited, or that he didn't eat much or nap? That's why he didn't eat much or nap. It's highly possible, Stacy. It was just we're not expecting that, but
in fairness, this is the biggest trip he's ever taken away. From home.
He's never done anything. I mean, we've been to Silver Dollar City with him before, but obviously, Disney's much different than Silver Dollar City. And, just constant stimulation. Seeing everything around you and everything. But what do we got here? Who's going to see the new Encanto movie this week?
Nick.
I got a hold of the soundtrack and put it up on the station yesterday. Soundtrack is good. Okay. So Jillian had played a couple of songs for me on Sunday from Encanto. Looking forward to watching that movie. So I think
only in theaters. Only in theaters to start. It's not offered on Disney Plus.
The other thing I wanted to mention too, which I don't know if you have this in the news section. I haven't looked ahead, Mom, but the Hawkeye show. I think episodes 1 and 2 come out tomorrow.
They do. Yeah. Looking forward to those. Yeah, I've got those in the notes.
Okay. But just wanted to mention that since Bill had mentioned Encanto that comes out later this week too. Thanks for being here, Nick. I appreciate it. And happy Thanksgiving to you as well. I appreciate that. Let's see here. So we had breakfast Rontos, and then we walked around Galaxy's Edge, and we saw Chewbacca, Rey, Vi, and the Stormtroopers. And Wyatt doesn't know much about Star Wars. But he loved the Star Wars section. He thought the droids were cool. It's not like we sat down.
I love that.
Yeah. It's not like we sat down and like made him watch, movies 1 through 9 or anything. He's seen some of the animated Clone Wars. He's seen some of Rebels, the animated shows, but he's seen a little a little bit of the Mandalorian, but he's not super familiar with these characters outside. Now I say that, but outside of his little golden book. So he has a little golden book for the Mandalorian. He has a little golden book for episodes 1 through 9, I think, and then he has a little golden book for called "I Am a Droid." And so whenever he saw these droids, C-3PO, BB-8, R2-D2, he would get excited about the droids because they're in his golden book. But anyway, it's funny because Wyatt. So I've got a Chewbacca on the desk behind me here. Wyatt does not like this Chewbacca, but it was a gift from his loving uncle and aunt, Stephen and Jamie. So I've got this little Chewbacca.
I love him.
Here. Yeah. Let's see if I can get Chewie to talk here. I don't know if they can hear that or not.
Oh, how cute.
I push his belly. Can you hear?
How cute. Yes, we can hear
So,
it. That is so cute. He's adorable.
So anyway, Wyatt does not like Chewbacca, but whenever he saw Chewbacca in person, he was thrilled to see Chewbacca. So, just like, why in the world would you be scared of this over like a 6 foot tall Chewbacca in real life?
6 foot. Try 10 foot.
Yeah, he saw. I mean, granted, he saw Chewbacca at a distance, but anyway.
Okay, so Stacy brings up an excellent point.
Yeah. Stacy, Will, you forgot that? Yes, yet, exactly.
Yeah,
he will be watching them at some point. But that's a great point.
No, he's not. Stacy is adorable.
Thanks, Tina. So anyway, he was excited to see Chewbacca. He thought the stormtroopers were neat. The stormtroopers talked to me and Jillian and Wyatt and said that group needs something along the lines of that group needs to do a better job of looking less suspicious. Is what they said to our group. So that's pretty funny. The other thing, let me get this out real quick. So while we were in Galaxy's Edge, we went ahead and got one of these blue or green milk holders. So it's got a bantha. I think
those are cool. Yeah,
it's got a bantha on the front,
cool. And that's a heavy plastic. That's a pretty significant.
Yeah.
No, it's legit.
And then the weird creature that Luke Skywalker milks and the Last Jedi, which I could wish I could erase that from my mind.
Yeah.
But nice little strap along with it as well. But Wyatt loved the blue milk. We got blue milk in this thing. And Wyatt loved the blue milk.
Welcome in. Good to see you. Thanks for that stream from Hollywood Studios tonight, my friend.
Yeah, great to see VP. But yeah, Wyatt loved the blue milk, and he drank it out of this. So let's see here. After that, we ate the Ronto wraps, but we still wanted to try the pastries at Woody's Lunchbox. We got the raspberry pastry. We went ahead and got a grilled cheese for Wyatt and some of the I think they call them potato barrels, but they're really just tater tots.
Well, not for the 3-year-old Bill. That's funny.
Let's see here. Sorry, I'm kind of on chat. There you go. But what is the lunchbox? And I will say, let's see. Oh, I skipped over. We did the individual lightning lane. So we rope dropped Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway, and then we did an individual lightning lane again for Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway because Wyatt enjoyed it so much. And then we ate at Woody's Lunchbox.
Now, what did y'all have at Woody's Lunchbox? Did y'all get?
We got Wyatt the grilled cheese and tater tots. He liked the grilled cheese. And then we got the raspberry. Jillian and I both got the raspberry, I think, pastries. Let's see, disappointed. Not one that you'd eat. Oh, it's such a bummer, Stacy. The raspberry one was good. I will say that. I enjoyed it. Obviously, people would liken it to a Pop-Tart, but yeah, obviously it's much fresher. Yeah, it's very different experience than eating your regular.
Now, I'll have to say, I love, it kind of looks like a Pop-Tart, but it's much fluffier. And that pastry, guys, assuming you get a fresh one, and I guess I've always had a fresh one, it's really flaky and buttery. Oh, they're delicious. And they're thick. And there's a really nice thick layer of the fruit in the middle. So, yeah.
Next, we did the...
Stacy, I think they do for Christmas. Which one is it that they do for Christmas? They do a Christmas flavor, Stacy.
Yeah,
I can't remember what it is. Yeah, right, Bill.
So after Woody's Lunchbox, we were able to kind of sit. We were able to get a table. Had to ride it out, waiting for somebody to get up to secure a good table there next to Woody's Lunchbox. Next thing we got to see was the Pixar Friends Cavalcade. So that was a lot of fun. Wyatt was very excited to see all the characters. He loves Monsters, Inc. He loves all the Pixar stuff. So very familiar with those characters. I need to get him to watch Incredibles. I think he would enjoy Incredibles if he'd hang in there. It's I think it's a little bit slow at the beginning, but I think he would really enjoy it if I could get him to make sure it maintains his attention. But he loved the Pixar Friends Cavalcade, and the next thing we did was the Lightning McQueen Racing Academy. And we took pictures with DJ. And,
I bet he enjoyed that, right?
Yeah, and Chris Ramirez. Yeah, he enjoyed that. Thought it was really neat. And on our way back out of there, we got to see the Mickey and Friends Cavalcade. So he loved that too. We had a lot of fun with that. Let's see. After that, it was time for our Star Wars Rise of the Resistance individual lightning lane. Also, I'd like to quick moment of silence for Red 2 and Blue 5 that both get blown up.
Yeah. Yeah.
But anyway, I don't want to give away any spoilers on that either. So, anyway,
hey, Chris, welcome
in.
Welcome.
Chris, great to see you. Let's see.
I don't think I've ever had the tachos, VP. I don't want to try those.
I wanted to try that too.
Right? Yeah, how could that not be good, right?
Yeah. Exactly. So that's I think my next thing to try on the next trip there, VP, is those tachos.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. But yeah, we did the Lightning Lane. Rise of the Resistance is so good. It's so good.
Safe travels, Kevin.
I thoroughly enjoy it. Do I wish
crab welcome in?
Do I wish that it was themed after the original trilogy? Of course. But for being themed after the Disney trilogy, sequel trilogy, it's a solid ride. But after that, we went and did the first time in forever Frozen sing-along. And so that was a lot of fun. I'll tell you what, the two people that run that show, that kind of narrate that show, are just rolling the floor funny. They are just so stinking funny.
I have never seen that show.
It's pretty fun. It's cute. And granted, it was great timing because it started to rain while we were standing in line, and we were indoors for the rain. And by the time we got out, rain was gone. Now, the only downside was we didn't. So, and this is something else. Anybody that's taking a kid, and you're taking a stroller, you need a stroller cover. One of those plastic stroller covers. So anyway, we had to wipe down the stroller once we got out. Wasn't a problem, but again, parents, it's not something you normally think of, but it is handy to have a stroller cover in case that that regular afternoon Florida rain comes through. And soaks your stroller.
And it will at least once or twice while you're there, maybe more.
And so anyway, really cute show. Fun for kids, of course. The audience participation, it's funny to see, the entertainers interact with people in the crowd saying stuff or doing stuff. But both of the people that the man and the woman that kind of narrated that show and emceed that show were very, very funny.
Nice.
Props to both of them.
Nice.
But after that, we did Muppet Vision. Enjoyed that as well. Hey, welcome in, Nathan Rita. Thanks for being here. The Disney Baker, welcome in.
Chris, welcome in. It's so nice to see you. Welcome. Thanks for popping in, and happy Thanksgiving to you. And you've brought turkey legs and donuts. I love it. I love the combo. Nathan Reda, welcome.
Yeah. There you go. Dad builds. Chris says adults need stroller covers, ponchos too. LOL. Yes, exactly, Chris.
Yeah, that's true.
So
thanks for being
so
here,
after
Nathan.
Muppet Vision, which Wyatt enjoyed Muppet Vision, we went and did the Alien Swirling Saucers again, which again Wyatt loved it. After that, we did Docking Bay 7 for dinner, and I will note I was hungry. Your boy was hungry. And so I got the chicken platter, the chicken meal at at Docking Bay 7. And it's funny because the timing was
and we've eaten there several times.
Yeah.
I mean, we've eaten at Docking Bay 7 numerous times. So yeah, it wasn't like it was your first time to order there.
Yeah. So I ordered this chicken meal, and it comes with broccoli and mac and cheese. And so I ate all of that. And what was funny was a couple days before I ate this meal, that news headline went around saying that one of the big wigs at for Disney had said that they were looking at reducing portion sizes for meals. And so I had that on the brain, and I was
Thanks,
thinking,
Amy. Thanks for being here.
I had that on the brain as I'm eating this meal, and literally, like, it comes with like little cubes of chocolate, or not chocolate, little cubes of chicken for this meal. And so it's like 2 or 3, like, imagine like if you were to take like 2 or 3 McDonald's chicken nuggets and smush them together and make 1 cube out of them. It was 2 of those. And so again, I'm a grown man who's hungry. I ate all of that, and then so I ate the broccoli, the mac and cheese, and the chicken. And then I was sitting there and I was like, I'm still hungry.
Still hungry.
And so I had to go back. I ordered Ronto wrap, knocked that out too. Jillian and Wyatt were able to help me a little bit with it came with chips. So that was interesting to know. It came with like some chips on the side. But anyway, after that, we're walking through Galaxy's Edge, and we ran into none other than Pete McDevitt, Chris of Dad Builds, Paul Engel, and the Central Florida Novelties and Gifts couple, and Carlos, and also Jeff. Is Our Dream was streaming too. So ran into that whole crew. Was really, really neat. It was wonderful to get to see. Yeah, Tina says we got to try Shoeless. Hey, welcome to Sebastian the Trap.
We're going to try Sheila's, Tina, for sure. That Sheila's is like at the top of my list to try. Tina, if I could make it out there where you guys are there, we would go together. I would. We're definitely going to.
Have a good night, Amy.
Yeah, we are Texans, and we need decent steak. And when we're at Walt Disney World, and we can find some. There's some to be had on property.
Yeah. So yeah, just absolutely wonderful to get to see Pete. In person.
You're welcome, Carol. Thank you.
To meet Chris, Dad Builds, Paul Engel, Central Florida Novelties and Gifts, and Carlos of Big Disney World Freak, Carlos, and Jeff of Is Our Dream. It's great to run into all of them. Exchange buttons. I think I have the buttons there behind me. But it was great to get to run into them and talk to them for a few minutes.
Thanks, Chris.
Thank
you for that like.
After that, thank you. But let's see. Next thing we did after that was we went and rode Slinky Dog Dash, and Jillian and I swapped out. So Wyatt was like, if you were to take your hand and like you were trying to set something on top of it, he was like finger length too short. What's funny was I ran into Chris at Hollywood Studios, and then I ran into him again as I was wrapping up my Epcot stream. For the Skyliner, so that was a real treat. But Wyatt was fingertip too short to ride Slinky Dog, which is a bummer because it was something he was really looking forward to. And on the future trips, he'll be able to ride more stuff because he'll surpass that 38-inch mark. They have 40, I think it's 40 and then 44. I want to say, I can't remember. It maybe Rock and Roller Coaster, you have to be 44. But anyway, he'll continue to hit these milestones. So Julie and I traded off. So one of us would ride a Slinky Dog, and the other one would ride Alien Swirling Saucers with Wyatt, and then we flip-flopped. So Jillian rode Slinky Dog first, and then Wyatt and I did Swirling Saucers, and then we flip-flopped. And Mom, you're on mute, by the way. Then we flip-flopped. And
rider switch. rider switch at Disney World.
And so, well, we didn't actually. It wasn't official. We just did it. So it's not like they handed us anything or scanned anything.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But so anyway, that was a lot of fun again. I got to ride, alien swirling saucers.
No, I was on mute, Stacy. I was coughing. Sorry.
So that was a lot of fun. And then we did Midway Mania, and that was a lot of fun. Jillian said Wyatt really enjoyed that. He didn't get that you had to pull the string on Midway Mania, and so he just did it. He wanted to pull it back and hold it, and so maybe I need to suggest that they need a rapid fire option for little ones that just if they hold the string. Then,
that kind of took Kylie a little, that motion, that pulling that string, back with the little ball in the end of it, that took Kylie a little while to get used to too. We had to ride it a second time for her to try again because she didn't feel like, because she was like pulling it, kind of like this. And I said, okay, honey, you're just going to have to, you're going to have to go a lot faster than that. And that's a hard motion for kids to make sometimes. It really is.
Yep. Yeah. So, Wyatt enjoyed that. The other thing I wanted to note, I realize they do this a lot of the time whenever it gets later in the day, but the Potato Head animatronic was covered, like they had the blanket, like the sheet covering that area. So, we didn't get to see the Hopper animatronic at Animal Kingdom on this trip. So Wyatt didn't see Hopper for his Stuff to Be a Bug. Wyatt also didn't see the shaman. No shaman, no shaman, no shaman. So yeah. So we missed Hopper at Animal Kingdom. It's Tough to Be a Bug. On
hey, welcome.
The River Journey. What is Navi River Journey?
Pete McDevitt is in the house.
Hey, Pete, welcome in. I was just talking about
our Disney community.
All good things.
Thanks for that Dallas Stars hockey game stream today earlier.
Did he stream the Stars earlier?
He did.
I missed it.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah. Does anybody want to know? Do you dare tell us what the score was? Do you want to hear the score, Wayne?
Yeah. Tell us. What was the score? Let me know the score.
What was the score? It was 2-0.
They went up. Yeah, it was 2-0 after the first period. I did see that. And then I didn't check after that.
Yeah.
So yeah, we rode the River Journey, and there was no shaman. And so then we struck out. Okay, 4-1 Stars. That's what I like to see. The Stars have started off the season. Very slowly. And so maybe they're finally putting it together. I was going to suggest they let their coach go if they didn't start to get it together because they have too much talent to start the season as poorly as they started.
No kidding.
Anyway, I digress.
That's true.
So yeah, so that Potato Head marked our third straight animatronic that we had missed out on. So that was really a bummer. Anyway, we still had a lot of fun on Midway Mania. Next thing we did, we hit the Pandora store back towards the front of the park at Hollywood Studios. As we were waiting,
about Pandora Jewelry as opposed to Avatar.
Jewelry. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah, changed there. So we were at Hollywood Studios. So yeah, we went and checked out the Pandora store. Julie wanted to check out some of the Pandora that they had there. And while we were, we had done that, and then we came back out, and there was a live action projection show going on, and this was like 20 minutes prior. So we only caught it like midway through. But it's like 20 minutes prior to the Wonderful World of Animation show that I ended up streaming that night.
Up on the channel, look for it, guys.
Up on the channel. So the Wonderful World of Animation projection show, solid show. But again, I do want to mention, because I didn't see it advertised, but there was a live action projection show before that. So, and it's solid because it doesn't just cover, it comes to mind Cinderella, Beauty and the Beast, Jungle Book. It covered like pirates, and some of the other live action things that you wouldn't think of, as falling under the, Aladdin and some of the other things that they've done recently, Dumbo, some of the other live action shows that movies that they've done recently.
Yeah,
so
I really enjoyed that. I've never seen
Indiana
that.
Jones was part of that as well, so that was cool.
It was really nice. Yeah, it was a good.
We're seeing it, and I didn't see it advertised, so that was we just happened to stumble upon that as we were getting ready for the animation projection show. So again, streamed that, had a good time streaming that. So that pretty well marks the end of our Hollywood Studios day. Epcot. So
overall, so far, you haven't done Epcot yet. But what at this point you've done Magic Kingdom, Animal Kingdom, and Hollywood Studios. What is Wyatt's favorite park at this point, do you think?
Honestly, it was probably Hollywood Studios.
Really?
Yeah. It was probably Hollywood Studios. And I don't know whether it's just because he had kind of had, by that time in the week, had time to adjust to not being in his schedule. But he loved, absolutely loved Toy Story Land. He loved Galaxy's Edge. Obviously loved the Lightning McQueen show. In the Cavalcades as well, then the Frozen show. But anyway, I would say probably, I would say Hollywood Studios, Magic Kingdom, Animal Kingdom, and then Epcot. But so another thing worth mentioning. So going back to Epcot, so our last park day of the trip, we went to Epcot on the first ever Disney Plus day. And let me say this, we showed up a little bit late. We weren't there for resort rope drop, but we got these Disney Plus Day buttons that they handed out. So I get in the, we go to, we take the Skyliner to Epcot, and I go to scan my Magic Band, and it mumbles something. And they're like, "Oh, it's supposed to say this is the way," but all it says is the way, which is
and
par
like,
for the
course. Are you kidding me? Really?
Yeah, which is par for the course for some of the trends that we've seen.
That is a snapshot kind of into your trip. Instead of this is the way, it says the way.
The way,
man.
So anyway, we go get our buttons. We see people sporting really cool Disney Plus Day hats. And what was funny was I asked the first person what it was saying, and they're like, "I don't know." And then somebody else is like, "Oh, it says the way, but it's supposed to say this is the way." It's like,
this is when you scan your Magic Band.
Yeah.
The Magic Bands, the different Magic Bands are supposed to have special noises or sounds that they make, especially if they're like a limited edition or a specialty band. When you tap them against the little thing, whatever that thing is called, I don't even know what that's called. The little tappy thing. They're supposed to make a special sound or whatever, and yours should have said "This is the way."
Yeah.
No, it did.
So anyway, mine said the way. But anyway, we start off our first ever Disney Plus Day. So Jillian actually got an email asking about her experience the first ever Disney Plus Day at Epcot, and she was like, "It stunk." Like Hollywood Studios, I saw a video of Darth Vader coming out. Paige and Mr. Morrow and Nate did a great vlog on Disney Plus Day. A touch point. There you go.
There you go. Thank you, Tina. Thank you.
But so at Hollywood Studios, Darth Vader apparently showed up, and the Stormtroopers. Also, you got to see Tiana. Pete said mine worked. I go, Bob. He got Bob Paycheck saying, "Give me your cash." And we entered peacefully. Oh, too accurate. Too accurate. Oh, there, Pete.
Yeah, that's it, Pete.
But,
isn't that the truth?
Oh, goodness gracious. So, oh my.
I think that's probably what Williams was saying too.
Yeah.
He just was not hearing correctly.
But so other characters there were at Hollywood Studios was Tiana in her Tiana's Place outfit. There was Doug and Russell, and I think Doug, Russell, and Carl were all at Hollywood Studios. So all these other parks got like special character appearances.
Yeah,
and I don't think we got a dang
on social media. You know, people were listing the special characters in each park on social, and you didn't see any.
We didn't see a single one. We saw Joy and Pooh, and they were both
okay. Disclaimer at this point. I think we need to put out a disclaimer here. Guys, we usually do not struggle this much at the parks. I mean, if anything, it's always been just the opposite.
Have a good night, Bill.
We always have, a good time. We're always stumbling into good stuff instead of out of it. So this is a very unusual, kind of an unusual trip for us.
So anyway, we did not see one dadgum character that was out of the ordinary. Joy is usually over there next to Figment's area, and so's Pooh Bear. We did not see a single character that should have been featured for Disney Plus Day at Epcot.
Thanks for popping in, Bill. We appreciate it. Holler at us on your way back through, please.
Yeah. So we started off the day. We got a Joffrey's donut, muffin, and cinnamon roll there next to the American Pavilion. So we started off our day with that. First thing we had on the agenda. There you go. Pete. That's funny. But we started off the day with Frozen Ever After, which Wyatt enjoyed a lot. He really had a good time with that. The next thing we did was we Lightning Lane Finding Nemo, which Wyatt enjoyed that too. Wyatt really thought the seas area was very cool. He enjoyed that a lot. There was a cast member named Sammy who was in kind of the bigger tank area. And she was just so nice to Wyatt. And so I need to do a cast compliment for her. But she told us some really neat information about the animals that they have there. They have 5 sharks representing 4 different species. They also, too, the manatees they featured on the Magic of Disney's Animal Kingdom on Disney Plus. Lou and Little Joe were both there too.
Oh, that's fun.
And but yeah, Sammy did a great job. Very, very engaging with Wyatt, asking him questions, what he enjoyed. So big shout out to Sammy at the Seas with Nemo and friends in the Seas area.
Nice.
Next thing we did, we Lightning Lane Spaceship Earth, which Wyatt set the language. Whenever Jillian got in the car, Wyatt immediately set the language to Chinese. So Jillian did not understand a single word of what was said narration wise on Spaceship Earth.
I never even thought about that. That's of course. There's no way to set it back once it's set. That's so funny.
Yep. So yeah, that's just a funny note there. Next thing we did Lightning Lane Living with the Land, which is always a neat experience. They had some of the Christmas stuff out already at that point. Obviously wasn't turned on, but because we wrote it during the day. But they had some of the Christmas overlay stuff out.
Yeah, Living with the Land has a nice Christmas overlay. It really does.
It does.
Yeah.
Next thing we did was Lightning Lane Journey in the Imagination with Figment, which Wyatt told us afterwards he enjoyed. But that scene in the Figment ride where it like drops down and there's like this big gust of air and a loud noise, and then like it's like all the figments and everything there toward the end of the ride. That made all 3 of us jump, which I knew it was coming, but all 3 of us jumped at that. And Wyatt said he enjoyed. He liked he specifically said he liked the Figment ride. So that was really funny and random. Next thing we did was we did the individual Lightning Lane for Remy's Ratatouille Adventure. My only thing with that ride was it felt too short. It's really cute. The theming in that area is wonderful. But I just felt like the ride was just a little too short. But it is really cute. So after that, we did a couple of the Food and Wine Fest booths. We did the Grease
What
booth.
did you guys do for that? What did you guys do for Food and Wine?
Well, we did the Grease booth and the Alps booth, and you'll have to tune in on Saturday to hear Jillian talk more about that. But really enjoyed both of them. Got this what was griddled cheese, I think is what we got at Grease. It had honey and pistachios on top. It was solid. It was solid.
I've seen that. I've seen that. Yeah.
And even Wyatt enjoyed that one. And then we got some other thing. I can't remember what all I was in it at the Alps booth. But after that, we went and listened to Voices of Liberty, and they were great. Again, I wish their show was longer. Voices of Liberty. And they're
fantastic.
I think the show was less than 20 minutes, I want to say. So I wish that their show was a little bit longer, but they're very talented, wonderful singing group there in the American Pavilion. Next thing we did was Three Caballeros. We enjoyed that. Wyatt liked seeing Donald. He thought that was fun. Also, Wyatt, has been on a bit of a Coco kick lately, and so on our way into that pavilion, he liked seeing the Coco stuff.
Nice.
Next thing we had was Nine Dragons, which Jillian's been looking forward to this. She has been missing Nine Dragons since 2016. And so anyway, we thoroughly enjoyed Nine Dragons. Wyatt was really exhausted. He actually slept on Jillian a little bit during that meal.
Yeah. Now, Nine Dragons has always been one of, in my opinion, one of the best lunches in Epcot, and also one of the most economical. Have they gone up a little bit on their pricing, William?
Well, honestly, I think they've gone up a little bit, but I still think, I got a lot of food. I got a lot. There was a lot of food on that plate. I ate every bit of it, but it was a lot. Between the rice, I got the Pao Duo, so I think it was shrimp and chicken, and it was good. It was very good. I branched out a little bit. I'm usually a chicken fried rice guy most of the time, but I tried the Pao Duo and really enjoyed it. A little bit spicy. Just a heads up to anybody that may want to try it. A little bit spicy. Being in Texas, the taste palette is a little. I can handle a little more spice than people who live in the other areas of the country. But it's definitely on the spicier end. But it was very good.
Good.
Let's see. We went back towards the front of the park to do some shopping at the Creation Shop. Jillian got some. I had to tune in to see some of the stuff Jillian got at the Creation Shop. And then we took the Skyliner back to Pop, and Jillian and Wyatt were just worn out. So we went back to Pop. I went and got them drinks and got them all squared away, ready for bed. And then I went back to Epcot to watch Harmonious. And so obviously I streamed Harmonious, really enjoyed it. I'll say my thing with Harmonious is fireworks wise and just the scale of the show, it's big. It's a big show. And so I like that a lot. I think the singing in different languages is neat. I think the song selection for me is really a bit lacking. I think the song selection's a bit weak. But overall, I think it's a solid show. It's much better to see in person. I will say that. And I was live streaming, so I was half watching in person, half watching on the camera to make sure that or on my phone to make sure that I had a good shot for everybody else. But it's a big show, very big show. And they shoot a lot of fireworks. And so, which is great because after Illuminations, it was like, all the smoke you can hardly see across the Seven Seas Lagoon. because there's so much smoke covering it. But let's see here. Sorry.
Yeah, Harmonious was one of my favorite nighttime spectaculars.
Illuminations.
Disney's, Illuminations was definitely one of my favorites. Harmonia or Illuminations, I think, especially the music that was written, the songs and the music that were written specifically for it, it was just phenomenal. It was a phenomenal show. So they were going to have a hard time, following that with anything. I felt like Epcot Forever was an excellent interim program, show. But I really think the reason Harmonious has gotten such a rocky reception is because all of us had in our minds, we had, there's Illuminations is in your mind, and Illuminations was about the world, and world history and what have you, especially of the United States, appropriately enough. And we expected, it's going to be the 50th, so there's going to be more nostalgia. So I think those were really two things that were kind of at the forefront of everybody's mind. And that's not what we get with Harmonious. Yeah. And so I think that's kind of been why it's been received a little rough.
It was, Tina said, where did you stand? So think about it as you're walking straight down. So imagine you're entering in through the park. You're walking past Spaceship Earth. You're walking towards the World Showcase. There's that shop that's like right there that, like, if you were just walking straight, you'd run like right into this shop. So I was just to the right of that. So if you're looking at a clock, I was like at the 25-minute mark area. So I actually, to give you a better description, the boats, the little dock that runs down, and you could get on the boat to go across the World Showcase. There's got to be giant speakers in that boat dock. Because I could hardly hear myself think. And the speakers were so loud.
Wow.
And I was talking to Mom on the phone right before I started streaming. I was like, it's like the audio for this stream is going to be phenomenal because I can hardly hear. I can hardly hear myself think.
So it was pretty bad
because it was so loud.
Silly.
So I was in between that shop and the little boat dock, pier, as if you were going to get on the boat to take you across the lagoon. So anyway, great show, a very big show. And the other thing, Tina, too, you want to be 5-6 o'clock. Yeah, exactly. I was definitely 5 o'clock. Let's see, if you had to say 7:30 would the show has been as good. That's tough to say. I'll say you really need to be at a good line of sight, either that 12 o'clock position or the 6 o'clock position, or as close as you can get to that. 7:30, you might not be too bad off. But anyway, it's a big show for sure. But if you want the best view, then that's
it is not. It's not 360. You have to be on, the
either
flat side of the Stargate. What we're calling the Stargate. And if you happen to be at the the 3 o'clock or the 9 o'clock position, I don't know. I don't even know what it looks like from those positions.
I don't know either.
Yeah.
But make sure,
thanks, Flo.
Make sure if you're going to be there, especially if you're going to be there during a more high traffic, day or week, to make sure give yourself enough time. And I say this for all nighttime shows, but give yourself enough time to look an hour and a half out,
right?
Especially if you want a good spot. You're for Enchantment, you're looking an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours before the show. If you want to get a really good spot there in the hub, you're going to want to move an hour and a half or 2 hours before the show. That's just the way it is. Okay. I think the first time we just lucked out the second time we watched Enchantment. But let's see. That's funny. Oh, goodness gracious. Um, but we just lucked out in terms of our positioning for enchantment the second time. The first time we were like an hour out, so there's a fountain on the right. So if you're walking into the hub on the right side of the hub as you're headed to Tomorrowland, there's a fountain. So we were in that area, like in front of like the grass area, but between the grass area and the fountain is where we were on the right side of Enchantment the first time we watched it. Dad Bill said, me and Pete got over there almost 2 hours before the show, and there are already a bunch of people waiting. Goodness gracious.
Yeah.
Man. There you go.
That's just,
it's competitive.
People line up. Yeah. Like 3 hours ahead of time. Yeah, that's a long time to stand and wait for a show, guys. It really is. And that's a lot of park time to sacrifice for a show.
And that's the other thing, too, which is sad. I would hate to give up that much park time to watch either one of these shows.
Right. Yeah.
That's me being honest.
Yeah.
Happily ever after, I could see myself, especially if it was Wyatt's first time, I could have seen myself budgeting a bit more time.
Right.
But yeah, for these shows, not as much. I was like an hour and a half, I think, is when I was looking for a spot.
Mm-hmm.
I got back over in Epcot. I was looking for a good spot. I think I settled on a spot probably 45 minutes till. Yeah, there you go. Exactly. Yeah, Chris says we were done writing things and really wanted good spots. It's worth it to us. Yeah, exactly. I mean, people have different priorities whenever they go to the parks, whether it's the snacks or the rides or the shows. And so, if you've done everything you want to do, it's a prime opportunity to get a sweet spot for the fireworks or evening show. So I was streaming. I streamed Harmonious. I went down, walked down to the Epcot Bowl, Spaceship Earth, and got a little bit of streaming of that, just looking at it, enjoying the pylon fountain out in front of Spaceship Earth as well. I took a picture. Got a memory maker shot taken of just me.
Beacons of Magic. The Beacons of Magic in Epcot is I absolutely love it. I love the music that they did. I love what they did by adding all the sparkly points of light to Spaceship Earth. I think that is phenomenal. I could sit there, I think, for hours and watch that. It's great.
Yeah. Tina says I don't mind because we like people watching. Yeah, that's a prime. Waiting on a show is a prime time to people watch for sure. But anyway, I walked down toward the front, and then I was trying to hustle my way back out because there weren't many people left in the parks. It was after park close, and the Skyliner only runs so late, and so I'm hustling back, working my way back to the Skyliner exit of the park, past England, Canada and England. That's that right side of the park. And as I'm walking through the line, walking, I hadn't signed off yet. I was going to sign off my live stream, and I ran into none other than Chris of Dad Builds waiting in line for the Skyliner. He was headed back to Pop 2, and so. Anyway, so he was actually signed off on that stream with Chris and got to chat with him a little bit.
That was cool. We appreciate that, Chris.
And so it was great timing. A lot of fun to talk with Chris and get his quick thoughts on the week and everything before had to go get on the Skyliner. But it was a great time. So that was our last park day, our travel day. We slept in, obviously. We packed. I went and picked up breakfast for us from Everything Pop Shopping and Dining, brought that back to the room. We checked out. We dropped our luggage. So here's a good tip. You can drop your luggage off with luggage service. That way you don't have to hold on to it. You know, if you're thinking, I've got a late flight, but I don't have to lug my I don't have to carry my luggage around everywhere. You don't have to. Drop it off with luggage service there at your resort if you're staying on property. And they will keep tabs on their luggage. So we did exactly that. We dropped our stuff off. We went to Disney Springs, took a bus on to Disney Springs. We ate at Polite Pig, which was great. Very, very good meal at Polite Pig. Then we shopped, World of Disney, all the usual suspects. Really enjoyed that. And then, we made our way back to Pop Century. Started to rain a little bit as we were making our way over to the buses. Thankfully, the bus was covered. So we went back to Pop Century and just hung out kind of in the lobby. Wyatt played the Space Invaders arcade machine that they have in the lobby area of Pop. And we waited on the Magical Express. Bought a couple more things from the store there. But we went back to the airport and in a Magical Express bus. Thank you very much. So we didn't get it coming in. We got a regular white Mears bus on the way in, but we did get the Tragical Express bus with the wrap on our way out. And so Stacy, I did not get to play a whole lot of Pokemon Go, mainly because I was having to help Jillian keep up with Wyatt. But I did play a little bit. I was able to send Stacy some gifts in Pokemon Go from the stops. So it's neat to spin those stops and get it's like almost like little postcards you can send to your friends in the game. And so
that's neat.
Able to send her little gifts with little postcards on them from some of the different stops in the game. But let's see here. Yeah, that was pretty much it. And, the plane ride home went smoothly. Wyatt fell right to sleep once we got on the plane. He was really cranky going through the airport and everything, which made things a little bit more challenging. The Southwest attendant at check-in, when we got our luggage weighed and everything, was very cranky and quite confrontational. And so that was surprising and also frustrating. That guy was a real jerk. But anyway, we were able to get on the plane, got home safely. Mom picked us up. We're, had all things considered, had a really good trip. Wonderful to get to meet people on this trip. Obviously, this trip was more focused on, it was Wyatt's third birthday. So that was our main aim and focus, is making sure he had a good trip. Right. Yeah, he was cranky and he acted like a toddler on the trip, and he's usually very sweet, and listens and everything.
He's a good baby.
So it was a bit of a surprise that he acted out a little bit on this trip, but all things considered, we still had a really good time. And the other thing too is he says stuff all the time. Since we gotten home, he's like, I rode the Haunted Mansion. I saw Madame Leota. Whenever we read his little golden book, he's like, I rode the Haunted Mansion. He said, a plane will be flying in the sky. He said, I took a plane for my birthday to Disney. And so anyway, although it might not have seemed like he was having a great time, at certain points during the trip, since we got home, you could tell he really enjoyed himself.
Well, he's kind of, he's able to process it more and think about it more. And, of course, as he gets older, y'all go back when he's, 5, 6, whatever. Obviously he's going to remember more about it, but
exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was a lot of fun. And wonderful to meet people. Wonderful to be able, something at it's one of those things I dreamed of, last year was able to, actually earlier this year was able to take Wyatt to his first ever Rangers game, first ever Major League Baseball game. That was something I've dreamed about. And obviously taking Wyatt to Disney, Jillian and me and Wyatt, another one of those things just dreamed of and always look forward to.
Kind of milestone.
Yeah. Thing. So look forward to the next trip. Yeah, exactly. Tina says he won't remember being tired, but he will remember Mickey. No doubt about that. But yeah. So anyway, Mom, we're at the almost 11 o'clock mark, and again, I tried to rush things, but was covering our trip.
Oh, there's a lot to go through.
Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah.
Good
trip. Some things were hurdles. Service that we weren't necessarily accustomed to compared to previous trips, but all things considered, it's still Disney. Still had a good time. Obviously, some things not as nice or convenient as trips past. From a Disney service and expectation perspective. The real bummer for me was that people didn't make a bigger deal out of his birthday. Something I want to mention is Julian has a coworker who turned 23. He went with his mom for the first time ever to Disney. They stayed at All-Star Movies, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
They decorated his room. Like they dropped like little confetti and like they had like happy birthday.
Wow.
They decorated his room. And he's like 23 years old, 22, 23 years old. Not a thing at Pop Century for Wyatt.
Yeah.
And so for me, that was the real bummer is to not see
anything.
I mean, he's my son, so obviously I'm biased, but to not see people, cast members make a big, and especially we didn't be our guest.
That's fair. That one was really disappointing.
Yeah.
Be our guest.
The be our guest guy, they didn't, and I know that they're not, I know that things are different, supposedly, we're indoors, we don't want to spread COVID by singing you happy birthday, but, he's 3.
Yeah.
He's 3 and he's at Disney World for his birthday.
Yeah.
And so for me, that was the most frustrating part of this whole trip. Is that did the family pay for it? Maybe it's a possibility, Stacy. But
see, I think Stacy, I think you may be right. The only way that you get a room decorated is if somebody pays for it to be decorated.
Okay. Well, there you go.
They don't decorate,
and I didn't realize that.
Yeah, they don't decorate a room. I have actually checked into that before. They don't decorate a room,
and I didn't realize that.
Yeah,
but still, it extends throughout the rest of the trip.
Oh,
because although he wouldn't wear his birthday button, he did have shirts that said "Birthday Boy" or "My First Trip," like that he wore every single day. And we got a sticker from a security guard one day, and outside of that, it was just people like, "Oh, happy birthday," and there was no extra magic. Our friends were there on a very rainy day. And they had an extra magic moment where their daughter was it was very rainy outside. Their daughter was near one of the popcorn stands, and the cast member working the popcorn stand said, "Hey, would you like some popcorn?" And gave them some popcorn on the house.
Yeah. They're in Liberty Square. The guy at the ice cream stand there in Liberty Square, Magic Kingdom, gave Kylie a Mickey bar while we were there. So that one's.
So anyway, that we didn't have anything like that. Which again, I'm taking my son for his 3rd birthday.
Mm-hmm.
Come on,
throw
a little bit of extra magic my way, please.
Yeah,
and it never happened.
Especially for a 3-year-old. That's just
didn't sing him happy birthday. And the other thing too, if I'm that waiter at Be Our Guest, I'm telling the Beast, we have a 3-year-old here in attendance. You take your big butt over there and stand so they can get a distance picture.
Right, at least. Yeah, stand still.
Because again, the Beast didn't walk remotely close to where we were sitting at Be Our Guest. We were sitting in the I think it's the library.
The library.
So he walked in, bowed, waved to everybody, bowed. He walked down one side and just toward the front. He didn't make his way around the square. So, walk into the room. Yeah. You walk into the room and then there's this big square around the music box.
Now his path in that room, because that's where Kylie and I ate as well. When we were there, we ended up our trip. That was the last thing that we did. And I wondered kind of about his flight pattern too, the path that he was walking. And I thought at the time, he's not stopping long enough for you to get, he never stopped moving. So unless your phone is already in sports mode.
Unless you're in sports mode.
You're not going to get a decent picture of the beast at all.
So he walks into the room. He walks down one side. He turns around and walks back to the other side. And he never stops. He doesn't stop long enough for you to get a decent picture of him. And I'm telling you. So again, if we're drawing it out, from that guy. So we're sitting like, you would walk in, you'd take the left, and then you'd go down the lane, and we're right there. So we're sitting in closer to the spinning.
That's actually where we were.
Music box characters.
That's actually where we were. Yeah.
So anyway, again, I just said, hey, Beast, I know you're only going to walk. You usually only walk so far into this room, but you need to go stop here. If I'm that cast member. The other thing too is when I sat down, we ordered the Mickey dome cake. It's called a dome cake. It's like a happy birthday cake.
And I think those are made at Amorette's.
And they came and plopped that bad boy down on our table. And the cast member popped that thing down on our table and didn't say a thing else. I think he may have said happy birthday, but that was it. Just unceremoniously plop down the box with the cake in it on our table, and then that was it. Anyway, see that. And here's my thing. Here's why I hit my breaking point at Be Our Guest, was because we got in there 30 minutes later than we were supposed to.
Yeah.
And I'm backing up into our trip a little bit, but I'm expressing here. There are many things that frustrated me on this trip, but we show up. We're supposed to be be seated at 6:25. Check-in time. We checked in a little bit early. 6:25 is when was our reservation time.
That's terrible.
We didn't get seated until 6:55. So that's close to 7. And then the meal takes so long. The service was slow. Mm-hmm. The meal takes so long that we're sitting there, and Beast comes through, and Wyatt was scared of Beast, but still, Beast comes through. He does his thing the first time, and I was like, he didn't even stop. And so I paid all this money.
And after Bad Lobster Bisque, you got Bad Lobster Bisque that was probably spoiled. And then on top of that, they served you a filet mignon that was a bad cut.
It was a bad cut.
It was that whole.
So I paid a lot of money for a really.
It was just a disaster. Yeah.
A really frustrating experience. And I'll be letting guest services know that in addition to my other complaints. But anyway, and so I spent all this money for us to, because I wanted it to be perfect. I wanted him to to enjoy himself.
And it should have been. I mean,
we'd have enough time. Yeah,
enough money at Beauty and the at Be Our Guest. That is what that is supposed to be. That's why Kylie and I ended up our trip there. That was the last thing that we live streamed coming out of, when we did that last live stream, walking out of Magic Kingdom, you were doing Hitchhiker Chat, and we live streamed coming out of there, and it was phenomenal. It was, they made Kylie, the waiter got down on one knee to talk to her. She was just, called her princess, may I get you anything else, princess? Is there anything? They just fawned all over her. So, to hear,
none of that. None of that.
Yeah. It's just.
So Tina says that the child's exhibiting fear, the character won't come near. Well, Beast wasn't coming anywhere near us in the first place at all. Like he did not make that square. Like I said, you enter the room, and then it's like a big square around the music box. And we were like right here on the music box. And so he walked down this one side and did not make the rest of the square.
Now, he doesn't stop. So, I didn't get any picture. I didn't even attempt to get a picture of Beast with Kylie. He was moving too fast. There was no way to do it.
So anyway, it was, I was frustrated. because I paid an awful lot of money, and we missed fireworks to top it all off. See that, because that's what I was trying to do. I thought, okay, 6:25, we'll get in there. They'll seat us. We'll go and get we'll eat our food, and we should have enough time to work our way back. Get some sort of spot for the fireworks at 8. And so I guess we should have stuck with the earlier reservation, but I didn't. I never would have thought they'd been 30 minutes late getting us seated.
Yeah. Now I will have to say I would have allowed at least 2 hours. Yeah. I would have pulled that back to 2 hours because you're paying so much, and you want to be able to hang around and look at all the rooms and this kind of thing. But yeah, that is really frustrating. So
yeah, there's a number of other things that I can mention later on, but yeah, it's that was my main thing, is that at no point did we ever have this really special moment, or be able to look back and say, oh, this cast member did this for you, and
there should not have been a moment. There should have been several moments from the trip. And so, it's one of those things. I absolutely would let guest services know, guys, that's the only way that we're going to really, have any impact, I think, on what they're doing right now. The price increases for a lot less magic is to really complain to guest services and let them know, hey, we're either you're going to add back some magic, or you're going to drop these prices, because we're not doing both.
Stacy, that's that's the plan. I'm going to let them know, because there's several other things that they're going to hear from me about.
I need to.
Anyway, I digress. Real quick, just super quick show and tell. I already showed off this candy, but I got the Goofy Candy Company sour balls there. I got the Mickey and Minnie, and these would be stocking stuffers, but Mickey and Minnie and their 50th anniversary outfit, Wishables. Wishables, man, my goodness, they've priced me out of the Wishables game after these, I think, because Wishables started off $9.99. And which that was steep, in my opinion. For one of these, that's steep. And then they bumped up. What was it? You'd said they stopped at $12.99 somewhere in there, didn't you, Mom?
But then they went to $12.99.
Yeah. They're at $14.99 now, and so that's you priced me out. This is a tiny little plush. I can spend a little bit more and get a much bigger plush that's nicer.
Right. You could put a couple of dollars with it to get a new emo.
Exactly.
Get the new emo. So, which is much higher quality plush. So, yeah, definitely. Let's see. I have a couple things just quickly. Oh my gosh, guys, look at these. William got me the Ahsoka Tano ears. I'm really excited about those. You guys know how much I love Ahsoka Tano. And these are great on the back, too. These are just as great on the back as they are on the front. And they say, I am one with the Force, and the Force is with me. You can see the lettering there. These are great, really great ears. So cool. I'll be wearing those pretty soon. I had
to dig through like 6 pairs of ears to finally get one that didn't have little defects on it.
That's a good tip, guys. When you're buying ears, any type merchandise that you're buying, not just Disney, but especially ears, don't just grab the first pair off the rack, because I had to return a pair actually on Kylie's and my trip. Be sure that you check them, make sure that they're they're straight, that they're in good shape, they don't have any flaws before you pay that money for them. And also thank you to Jeff and Angela for this Halloween countdown. It's a limited edition jumbo pin, and it is a Halloween countdown. It's got the hitchhiking ghost there, and then Madame Leota in the center, and then this arrow moves. You can it goes all the way around, so that you can count down to Halloween. So thanks so much to them. I would not have gotten that This was park exclusive. I would not have gotten that without you guys. So thanks for picking that up for me.
Yeah, huge shout out to Jeff. Bless your heart, Jeff. He kept trying to get that pin to us, and he was finally able to.
Thanks,
I think
Jeff.
it was Thursday of our trip. So bless your heart,
yeah,
Jeff.
I love this. I
hanging in there.
Love this. I'm
and
excited
getting
about it.
pin to us so I can get it back home to Mom.
And that's a limited edition of 3,000. So that's really nice, really fun one.
Got this Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway Christmas ornament. Wyatt had picked this out himself. And so we ended up getting it, but it's nice. It's a heavy little ornament.
It is nice.
But yeah, it's a neat little ornament. What else can I show you real quick? I got the bag down here. I've got the 50th anniversary pin lanyard.
Nice.
So you can see some of the designs on that.
Nice. Yeah.
Nice. Flip around the other way.
Oh yeah.
So it's got the castle on one side, and the other it's got the that 50th pattern.
Yeah, that 50th pattern puts me in mind of It's a Small World.
Yeah,
the pattern for It's a Small World, kind of cool.
Oh, let's see what else we got here. Oh, again, these will end up being stocking stuffers, but I said after this, for good reason. These are the 50th anniversary Walt Disney World series wishables. So you've got Donald, Daisy, Goofy, Pluto, and Dale are the potential ones that you can get out of here.
Nice.
So bought a few of these. They'll be stocking stuffers. Hopefully we got most of the set.
Yeah.
Let's see if we got some specific bag. I think I showed all that last week. Oh, I wanted to show the shirt that Jillian bought because I just think it's super cool.
Yeah, that is neat.
It's a hat with a bunch of ears. Like a bunch of different kinds of ears. You've got Sorcerer Mickey, you got Oswald, you've got Magnificent ears.
Goofy.
It's just a really cool design.
Yeah. There's Pooh Bear ears.
Winnie the Pooh. Yeah.
Pluto.
So
those are fun.
It's a bunch of ear hats in the shape.
There's some Christmas ones. Peppermint.
Oh, neat.
Yeah. There's some peppermint ones.
Yeah. Just really cool. They're all organized in the shape of a Mickey head, but really neat. Cool shirt. Let's see here. I've got a couple of shirts in there. I got this from my brother-in-law. It's Book of Boba Fett pins. Nice. It's got the Boba Fett jetpack. It's got a Boba Fett helmet that says Boba Fett Bounty Hunter. And it's got that little insignia that Boba has on his shoulder. And then the Mandalorian symbol as well. Little Book of Boba Fett pin set in the shape. The cardboard that comes on is in the shape of Boba Fett's helmet. So that's really neat. Let's see what else we got in here. Wyatt picked up this Pluto pin. If I can get the.
Thanks for hanging in there, guys.
Yeah, thanks for hanging in there. Sorry, I'm starting to wrap it up.
And
then I got this Test Track, the Chevrolet pin.
Nice. That's a good Test Track one.
Yeah, previous employer there. Let's see here. This shirt I thought was really cool. We got this at Tatooine Traders, but it's a kid shirt, but it's got Luke and Darth Vader with their lightsabers crossed. It's got Yoda and C-3PO. That is
R2. Nice. I like that.
With some ships over them, and then
wow,
got stormtroopers on one side.
Great pattern. Oh, and all those characters. That's fantastic.
And it says Star Wars on the chest there.
Yeah, that is great. I love when they have so much of the pattern on them. Really cool.
Let's see what else we got here. So we had one of these before for Wyatt, but here's another one. That'll be a stocking stuffer. It's the Walt Disney World Mickey and Friends coloring book. So he colored all the pages in his other one. So we got him another one as a fresh one. Yeah, I wish that they had an adult version of that shirt.
Yeah, no kidding.
We also got the Dashing Through the Snow with the Death Star on it shirt. And we also got the here's the 50th pin. Well, Disney World 50th pin. If we can get the
those are nice. Very nice.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Okay, there we go.
That's a pretty one. That's a very pretty one.
Yeah. Big fan of that one.
They've done a good job with the 50th merch. They really have.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I doubt Dad's watching, but if he is, spoiler. But I got the shirt from Dad. Very masculine. Nice. Very, neutral color. Nothing crazy going on here. It's a great option for a Dad shirt. I got that at the Creation Shop at Epcot.
Yeah, very nice.
For anybody else that's looking to get a souvenir shirt for a man in their life, or ladies, if you like that design. It's a good design. Let's see what else we got in here. All sorts of goodies. Oh, funny side note here. This pin set, so I'm going to try to hold this bag closed. This Star Wars pin set has been around for a very long time.
Yeah.
Mystery pin set. So each one of these comes with 5 pins in it. There's 13 total characters, designs for this Star Wars set. You can hold it up there. So you got Luke, Leia, and Han. You got Darth Vader and Yoda. You've got C-3PO, R2, and
I love that set.
Chewbacca. You've got the Stormtrooper Boba Fett. You've got a Luke Skywalker X-wing outfit pilot, and then you've got an Ewok and a Jawa as well. So I've been hunting C-3PO for the longest time, and I still haven't pulled him. I bought like 3 more of these bags on this trip. Still haven't pulled him. So I'm still on the hunt. I've almost completed a full other set.
Yeah.
So I almost have 2 sets of these now. Still on the hunt for C-3PO.
No C-3PO.
Yeah. Yes.
I can't. And Tina, this is why you don't do sets. I know. Yeah. I know. Right.
Yeah.
This is it. And I still don't have the completer for the Haunted Mansion set that I'm trying to get.
I got my first trip pin.
Oh, that's cute. Sweet.
Let's see.
Exactly.
I got this Pop Century Happy Holidays limited edition pin. So it slides open. It says limited edition 2021. It's got Mickey. I've got it slid open there.
Nice.
Neat pin.
Nice. Yeah. They do good. They do such a good job with all the pins. Man, just a ton of pin options.
Well, Tina, I have something for you, but I don't know if anyone's ever gotten this for you. So I'm not going to show it yet, but I'll ask you later on if you got this or not. But this is, we got this for Wyatt. It's just Haunted Mansion, big HM. It's got the street lamp in the middle. Since Wyatt did such a good job on the ride, he likes the little golden book so much. We got him this one too. It says, "I'm your ghost host."
Nice.
So,
nice. I think I have that "I'm your ghost host" one.
I think that about covers the merch hole. I'm digging to make sure I didn't miss anything. I think I've shown most of them. We got. Yeah, you, Tina. Let's see. So I was going to say, Tina, I saw this and I thought of you, and I don't know. I'll just go ahead and show you. I don't know if anyone's ever gotten this for you or not, but I had got this with you in mind.
Love it.
It's Ross. It says always watching. So again, I don't know if anybody's ever gotten this for you, but I bought this with you in mind, so you have to let me know. You can always use it at a trader, but obviously you got to get it mailed to you. But anyway,
yeah, you should wear that one the whole time you're in the park.
There you go.
You should just that shit.
There you go.
It's fun.
Let's see. Yeah, there you go. Oh, okay, good. You haven't gotten it. Good. Okay, so I've got to get one of these mailers out to you, Tina. Yeah, I figured you had to have that one. But anyway, that pretty well concludes our, I guess, my feedback on the trip. Again, it seems like the next one is never, the next trip never seems soon enough. I don't have anything booked at this time. From a strategic planning perspective, may target Disneyland next year and then look again at Disney World in 2023, because by then Guardians should be done. Guardians is, again, that's news that we got. Destination D23. Guardians is set to come out next year. Still, I don't think we have an official date for Tron yet.
We don't. We're not an official one. Not an official one.
So I would assume Tron should for sure be open by 2023. The other thing too is Epcot is supposed to finally be done by 2023. So, you know,
the Walcott.
They should, they should finally have it. They should finally have all the construction done at Epcot by then. So, lots of stuff to look forward to. It's almost 11:30 our time, 12:30 Eastern. So I apologize for being long-winded. But Mom, is there anything you want to say? I don't know if we want to hold off and cover news next
we're going to hold off. I've got a ton of news. I mean, there is a ton of news. We're just going to hold off on it. We might. I'm thinking about, guys, maybe going live. You know, I don't know, William, if you'll have time. I thought about doing another live maybe sometime sometime towards the end of the week, just to go over a few things. But you know, we'll just hang on to some of that.
A couple more relevant notes real quick. Hawkeye starts streaming tomorrow.
Yes.
And then Encanto comes out, I think, on Thanksgiving Day. So in terms of more relevant content that you would need to know sooner rather than later, those are the two things that are coming down the pipeline.
Yes.
So Hawkeye is going to be on Disney Plus, and then Encanto is just on. It's just in theaters, so get out and go watch it. Oh, actually, it looks like let me see here, double checking. So Encanto actually comes out tomorrow. So I thought it was Thursday or Friday, but it's actually tomorrow. So there you go.
I saw Thanksgiving Day on Encanto.
No, not according to Google.
No.
Nope. There's showtimes for it tomorrow.
Okay. Oh, okay. Well, it's Thanksgiving Day is when I looked at Disney Plus. So they're releasing it. Sometimes they do that. They release it, you know, the night before. But officially it's Thanksgiving Day and only in theaters. So yeah. Now Hawkeye starts streaming tomorrow too. So we better get good on that. But yeah, we've got, you know, like I said, a ton of stuff. We have a slew. Is reopening. You've got check Disney Plus, guys. They've dropped their season streaming lineup for the holidays. So, you know, check on all that good stuff that's coming up.
We'll cover that next week.
We'll go over some of this. Yeah, we'll go over some of this a little bit later. We've got a ton of stuff to go over. Also, oh my goodness, please check out our partner channel, Monarch Moments. They are currently live at Disneyland. Check them out, guys. They're going to be there. I don't know for how long, but they did a couple of live streams earlier today. I think they may still be live. I don't know if they are, but go ahead and check that out. And
yes, they are still live.
Garrett, Michelle. And so go on over there. When you leave us. But thanks so much for hanging in there with us, guys. We appreciate it. You know, listen to the trip. We don't know when we're going again. Of course, when we do, we'll try to let you guys know.
Absolutely.
When we're going to be making our next trip. And, you know, hopefully when we do, there'll be some of you in the parks and we can, you know, get together and
absolutely
spend some time together and visit. So, but thanks for hanging in there with us, guys. We appreciate it.
Sorry, it went so late. Yes, happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Happy Thanksgiving.
We're thankful for all of you. So many things to be thankful for in life. We're truly richly blessed. Even on the days whenever that may be a little tougher, we're all very 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 blessed.
We are indeed. So, kind of watch, guys. I may slide on another.
I was going to say Jillian has she's got a vlog. I guess that may have dropped. I'm going to double check that real quick.
Okay.
But check that out. Really, I think it'll be a shorter vlog on the Cincy that
Okay, super.
We'll check that.
Super. Yeah, and be looking, guys, because
the Mickey Christmas Scentsy warmer.
Okay.
So there you go.
Great.
So check that out. 3 minutes and 46 seconds.
Okay, good deal. I'm glad she did a presentation on that Scentsy warmer. It's really, really cute. Sometime in the next few days, probably for Saturday, I'm also going to drop the fireworks from the Holiday Hootenanny, also known as Disney's Very Merriest After Hours. So we'll be dropping that too. And just check the channel, guys. There are lots of great live streams from the parks from William's last trip. And if you have any questions, put them in the comments below.
Yeah,
we'll try to answer them. That's kind of what I know. We had some bumps this trip, but we always try to learn from it and pass along what we learn to you and be as helpful as we can. So anytime you have a question, by all means, let us know.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Thanks, guys, so much.
Yeah, thanks for hanging in there. Want to shout out to Team Replay. Remember, if you can dream it, you can do it. We do live every Tuesday night, 9 o'clock p.m. Central, 10 o'clock Eastern. Like, subscribe, and ring the bell. So if we do a pop-up stream later on this week, that you'll be notified. Remember, what's brewing with Bones. Julian's going to be talking about snacks from our trip.
Saturday morning, 8:15. Saturday morning.
Yeah. 8:15. I thought it was 8:30 Central. 9:30 Eastern. Anyway,
she's been going at 8:15
Saturday morning.
Right?
Okay.
Yeah. So Saturday morning.
Yeah. So check us out on social media. We're on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Twitter, or you can email us directly at thehitchhikingbones@gmail.com. Shout out to Team Replay. Shout out to those watching in ghost mode and watching but not commenting. We appreciate all of you. Shout out to everybody hanging out in the chat. Specifically, again, if I miss you, I'm sorry. I try to write everybody down from week to week. Appreciate James Ryan. Again, happy birthday, James Ryan, for filling in for me, writing down the names a couple weeks ago. Whenever Julie and I were at the parks. But shout out to Aunt Joy and Aunt Susan. Thanks for supporting our channel. Jillian, Kylie, and other family members. Thank you for supporting the channel. Flo Beck, Nicole Roddenhisler, Kevin Theme Park Adventure, Francisco, Monarch Moments, Captain Akron 27, AJC Magic TV, BDF, Don't I Deserve the Best? It's great to have Gaston in the chat for a little bit there. Let's see here. Sorry, I'm missing something here. Jillian, D and the Turkey Legster, Happily Ever Yachty, Arlene Adventures with VP, Karki, Jane in Travels, Movie Mania Nick, Tina DCS, Adventures by D, Mike Cabral, Disinfinity, Anna Isabel Zizik, Space Mountain Dave Cantrell, Rob Fuzz, Magic of the Mouse Radio, Stacy Rogers, Mike Wheeler, Adventures with VP, Dad Builds, the Disney Baker, Nathan Rita, Sebastian the Crab, and Pete McDevitt Show. Again, thanks to everybody for hanging out with us. Hope everybody has a wonderful Thanksgiving. Count your blessings. We all have something or someone in life to be thankful for. So again, things can get challenging. Tough times come around for all of us at some point in our lives. But take a minute to pause and be thankful for all that you have, and for the people that love you. We're thankful here at the Hitchhiking Bones to serve a God that loves us, and so
definitely,
we're richly blessed.
Yeah, happy Thanksgiving, guys. We are thankful for each one of you and the time that you spend with us. You honor us with your presence, and of course, our ghost host mods. We love you guys too. Susan, Joy, thanks so much for watching, guys. We appreciate it. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Yep. God bless all of you. Again, take a moment to be thankful for things you have and the people in your life. Call somebody up, let them know you love them, and hope everybody just has a wonderful Thanksgiving and eats all the great food, and hopefully you're able to get get together with some loved ones, whether it's in person or virtually, however you can do it. Hope that you have the opportunity to do it.
We'll see you real soon.
Yeah, look, get back to regular Hitchhiker Chat, regular cadence next week. We've got a lot of Disney news to talk about, so be sure to join us next week. Appreciate y'all hanging in there, talking about our trip. Again, had a great time. A few bumps along the way, but like Mom said, you can always learn from it. So thanks, everybody. I hope you have a wonderful week, and happy Thanksgiving. And anything else, Mom?
I think that's it.
All righty. Remember, at the Hitchhiking Bones YouTube channel, there is always room for one more. So please
hurry back. Thanks so much, guys.
Everybody.
We appreciate you. Good night. Happy Thanksgiving. Bye-bye.